Hello, so hope you all are doing well. Today I will be demonstrating a small video for you. It's thumb and index painting. So for this we will need a pre-drawn picture, some poster colors, probably a child-friendly one will be good, some tissue paper, water and an A4 sheet. As always, have some newspaper handy. Now before we do this, if you have a sample with you, show that in your classroom to let the children know what you are going to do. After the child is comfortable, we can start the exercise. Now how to make the child ready for an activity was discussed in our class, right? Thumb painting. Okay, so just as I mentioned, first make an outline, draw the outline. Okay, so you can do this part of it also, you can do after you do the thumb impression, because just to save time I have done it beforehand. So all the minute details like the tail and the fin and all that you can even do after you have done the painting. So first, as we should always have a pre-planned picture, so let me show you the picture. This is it. It's underwater life, and I have combined these two. Okay, so we can keep this and let's start. So we have the stones, pebbles at the bottom, which we can give a brown color with a thumb. Okay, see that as I mentioned, use a thumb. The impression should come. It should not be too watery. The consistency of the paint. The green part you can use crayons to fill this up. Okay, all this you can use your thumb for the fish, for the stones, and you can have a frog here, and all the underwater life you can use your thumb and do. Let's see how we start. So we can take the common colors. You can take let's see, this is why you have to put tissue and all that. You see that it won't spill in it. Right, we use it from here. We have already discussed in our class how this activity helps the child. We are not doing this for engaging the child. As a teacher, our activities are meaningful. If you have any doubts, please text me or call me. Thank you. So you have a very colorful picture. So let me start with one color. Let's start with the yellow. Thumb. So your thumb, you have to use your thumb. Proper impression should come. Okay. 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 So yellow is done. Now you can use a different color. You can use a bit of green. Should cover your whole thumb. Okay. You can use green this way. So just make it colorful. Use a lot of dark colors. Make sure the impression comes. I have already mentioned it in the previous video, so it's not going to be, I'm not going to repeat the same thing. So so you have a frog here, so you can make that frog green. Okay, I think that's about it. Now the pebbles are left, which you can use brown. Now the final, let's do the pebbles. Okay, so it will give a final touch. that is what happens actually when you actually use the fingerprint and then put the outline. It always helps, because it won't be messy. Now I did not do it because if I did that, then I would have had to wait till the paint dries up to give the outline. So you would it would take time to show you the end result. Okay. So now once this is done, you can color the green. Whatever greenery plants are there, you can color it with a crayon. Already given the outline. See, it always helps if you actually do the print first. That is, if you have the picture in front of you, you do the print first. That is impression. And then when that dries up, then you do the outline. Okay. And in case of any pencil marks or anything, you can erase it after it's completely dry. Now this is, I'm just doing it so that I can do it fast and show it to you. Okay. So you can use a different green, just make it a bit colorful, that's it. Now you can do anything, you don't have to make a big scenery or image or anything like that. You can just use a simple fruit or a vegetable, anything. I just wanted to do something different, so I showed you this. Only thing is that when you all do the video, make sure everything is kept close, and you're sitting in a comfortable place also, because I spilled all this because then it spoiled your whole thing. And whatever you're supposed to do with the children, that also I have mentioned in the first video. So yeah, finally I think so. This is not fully dry, but once it's a bit dry, you can just do whatever little bit of refining or last. So this is it. I send you the finished picture. So enjoy doing this and ask me. Okay, I send you the complete. See, it's not dry yet, so it's not coming. Hello everybody. Today we are going to do a finger painting activity. Okay, so what are the things that we require to do this activity? You need paper, that is, you can use an A4 size paper, and you draw an outline of what you're going to do. Now along with this, the things that are required are, you need a ruler, pencil, you need an eraser, you need some sketch to do the outline, you need some crayon to do the filling in, and you need poster colors to do the finger painting. Along with this, make sure that you keep the area where you're doing the work covered with a newspaper or something, so that you do not damage the surface of the table or whatever work area you're using. You can use some tissue, you can keep some tissue and some cloth, so that in case you spill some paint or anything gets messy, you can take care of it. Now before you start the activity, the first thing is, and one more thing that is required is, you always have to show the child a pre-planned picture, something that you've already worked out, okay, and what you're going to create, so that the child is curious and excited to finally make something after seeing the picture. So today, since we're doing index finger painting, this is the picture that we plan to do. So I have drawn the trunk of the tree. Okay, I've just given the outline, and I've just roughly drawn the leaf area with pencil. I hope you can see it. Okay, so how we're going to do it is that we are going to use the thumb to, the index finger to paint the leaf area. Okay, this is more of an autumn tree where the leaves are shedding or whatever. So you color this with the index finger, and then after you finish that, you fill in light brown crayon in the on the tree trunk, and finish it off. That is, you have to erase all the outlines and extra things that stand out to make it a neat picture. You first make sure that you draw a border for your worksheet. Okay, draw a neat border. Mention what you are doing. Notice we are doing index finger painting. So today we are going to make the tree. Now before you start this, just make sure that the child is sitting comfortably. That is, he doesn't have to recline or bend, or he's like irritated. That is, make him sit on a chair where he's comfortable, where he can sit free, a bit relaxed, and to make sure that he does not fiddle with any of the things. You have to be very alert, because maybe when you are mixing some color, the child might mess up something, or take a pencil and poke someone or something. So you have to be very careful about how you're doing it. You have to be, your presence of mind is required. Okay, now the poster colors, we said we'll use poster colors. Why? Because poster colors are the we know that they are non-toxic, so children and child friendly. So in case, even if the child by chance puts it in in the mouth or nose, or it goes into the eyes, it won't really harm the child. So let's get into the activity. So since today we may not be able to directly take the class because all of not present, I am sending this to you in the in a video format. So I hope it helps. If you have any doubts, just get back to me. Now according to this picture, like if you have got the kit picture, you can always keep the picture so that it's easy. So first is, you need the colors. You need to read red. You can just take a little bit in the cap, because that's sufficient. Okay, little bit in the cap. You need a little bit of yellow, a little bit of orange, and a little bit of brown. Brown is not okay. Fine. So these are the colors you need. Okay, so I'm going to do it. So you can just watch. This is the index finger. You have to see that the one thing is, you have to notice that the purpose of doing this activity is that the child's impression comes on that. Okay, that impression it creates. Okay, so don't make the paint very watery, so then the impression is not going to come. So that is the intention. The child should be able to, the impression should come. Okay, and what are the benefits of doing these activities, I will tell you after the session. So let's just get started. Okay, so take the child, show the child, first ask the child about how many fingers he's got, or rather name the different fingers, or tell them what the different finger, that is, this is the index finger, this is the middle finger, this is the thumb, that way. And that today we are going to do an activity with the index finger. So initially you can help the child if the child is too small, so that he doesn't mess about too much. So let's start with one color. Okay, now suppose, don't make it too watery, so you can just go fill in one color first. You can do a little bit down also. These are the leaves that the tree has shed, so you can just do that also to give it a very natural look. It looks nice and colorful. I think now we can go into the next color. In case you need to fill in little more, you can fill in. Okay, so you can use a tissue or whatever, and you go into the next color. Let's take orange now. See, the finger print has to come. See, it's not too watery, so you can do it this way. See, bring it close, then they can see. See, the impression is coming. Okay, the impression has to come, so don't make it too watery. Use the other color also. So just fill it up, let it look natural. You can just fill in all the colors. Even if it's a bit smudged, no problem. Okay, so that's about it. So once this is done, you can just wait for it to dry up, because if you want to do an outline or you want to color the inside, you have to do it very carefully. I'm doing it. Okay, so this is done. Now this tree is done. So you can now use your, in case you have not done the outline initially, if you have not done this outline with a sketch, you can do it now. But you have to wait till the paint dries completely, otherwise it is going to be messy. Okay, now since I have done the outline, so that I don't have to waste time, while I'm showing you this, I've done the outline beforehand. So now I'm just going to fill it with the brown crayon. Okay, so now I'll use the crayon. Okay, you can do it very carefully without messing it. There's a light enough, you just see. So you do it very neatly. See that you can hold the child's hand in case the child is not able to do it. A little messy doesn't matter, because kids, the main purpose is they have to enjoy doing this, they have to have fun, and by the end, when they have created something nice and colorful, they can be very proud of it. So now I'm just showing you from my side. You all can be more creative. So this is what it looks like, but it can be you can create new things, you can be more innovative. This is just roughly I've shown you how to do it. So once this is done, now you see there are some pencil marks and that around, which you can erase it off or remove it once it's dry. Now since it's not dry, I'm not touching it. So just to note, you have to make, I'm just repeating what I said. Just make sure that the child is, first and foremost, you have to keep the things that are required for the activity beforehand and within reach, so that you don't have to get up and go and get things while you make the child sit, because that's not healthy, right? So once that is done, just please, and when you're doing the video, now since I've shown you this, you will have to do the video on your own, and there you can do it in a much better way. You can just include all the points that I mentioned. You can see, make sure that you keep the things which are to be used, that is non-toxic materials, so child-friendly materials, nothing that, no knife and blade, nothing should be kept, so that it creates any kind of this thing. So what you need is, you need your paint and whatever is required. Make sure you cover the work area, work table with a newspaper or something, so that it does not get damaged. You have to keep tissue, some cloth or something, so that in case the paint spills or there is some kind of it gets messy, you can take care of that with that. Now one more thing, that is, once all this is ready, you have to see to it that the child is sitting comfortably. That is, the child needs to go to the toilet or something, drink water or something before. Let it all be over and let the child be comfortable. Don't make them sit or slouch or be uncomfortable. Wherever they are sitting, they should be able to sit comfortably so that they can concentrate better. Because if they are uncomfortable, they are not going to sit through the whole thing. They are going to be restless. Then the next step is that always show the child, keep a pre-planned picture or image to the child, so as to show the child as to what they're going to make. Okay, so in this way the child is excited and motivated to do the activity. Then while you're doing this, do ask the child questions related to the thing that they're going to make. For instance, you have made this tree with using your index finger. Okay, so you can ask about this, like what is it, what are the colors we have used. So they're able to identify colors. They're able to tell you what the thing is, that it is a tree, it has got leaves, it's got a trunk, it's got branches. Okay, so that way you can talk about it. Then this is index finger painting. So further again about the different fingers, what are the fingers, how many fingers do you have, which finger are you using to do this activity, and how you're going to do it. You have to show the child how it is done by actually demonstrating it yourself, by dipping your finger in the paint. Make sure the paint is not too dilute. Okay, and that the impression, that is a finger impression, those fine lines on your finger should come, that impression should come. That is the purpose of doing this activity. Okay, now I can tell you this is how this helps the child. Now please note, Sajna, Bini, Abhi has already done it, that whatever I am telling you, this is applicable to even some of the other activities that we are going to do. So if you listen to this properly, probably you will be able to guess what are the importance of the other activities as well. One thing is that it improves the sensory functions like visual and auditory, thereby improving their sensory abilities. That is seeing the colors. Okay, that is a visual. Then auditory, in the sense that is when the teacher is talking. Okay, when they're asking questions, how the words sound, the name of the colors, everything, even their auditory, all the senses are actually helped. Okay, then even this paint, the texture, when you touch it, the texture, that is, it is slippery, whatever, smooth. If you add water, it becomes watery. If it's thick, it's a bit gluey. So even the sense of by touching also, their tactile senses also are helped. Okay, it helps in better hand and eye coordination, as it increases circulation by stimulating the nerves, which improves the concentration levels. Now, as the child sits patiently to complete the activity. Now, what happens is when they are doing such a thing, they are excited. First of all, colors excited them. They love doing these things. So, when they are doing this, one thing is there is an intention to complete it. So, they sit through it. They want to see the end result, which is actually a surprise element. Okay. So, this further what happens is it exercises the muscles of your fingers, your shoulders, neck, back, and actually helps a child later when they actually start learning to write. Okay, it helps in exploring a range of colors, as I told you, and thereby giving an ample training on color recognition. Okay, that is even the sense that when you mix maybe yellow and red, you get an orange, or you get blue and red, you get a purple. So even that sense comes into them. They are able to create or imagine that how to create colors. It also helps in the child's intellectual development, as I told you, how to mix colors, how to create new colors, how to classify the names of each color. Okay, so it's an exercise. It stimulates the child's senses in a super way. So these are the usual benefits of doing these activities for early in the earlier stages. It allows them to use their imagination and create also. Okay, so they are able to create things. It encourages cognitive development, and most importantly, it is really fun. Okay, so this is all about it. I hope this video will help you. In case of any problem, just get back to me. I'm there to help. Okay, so please do this once. At least you can start with this activity soon. Try and do it. Find out what picture you're going to take and how you're going to do it. Okay, so thank you.